Vamos lá começar, né? Senão eu não consigo terminar esse jogo tão cedo. Vamos lá, carregar o save. Os segredos de Roxferyon. Esse tenso, hein? Complicado. A porcaria do jogo começa escura, velho. A única coisa que clareia é quando eu uso isso.
Someone's been here recently.
Tá.
I persuaded Gaspar to pursue all this.
I wager we have a few more of Der Hannah's surprises for unwanted visitors ahead.
One buffoon less.
Significa que quer que esteja aqui, passou por ali, tá bom. Vocês estão ligados que tem coisa pra cá, né? Eu preciso vender demais as coisas que eu tenho no meu inventário.
Well, well, the competition's here. Kill them!
Sério mesmo?
They must have descended straight from their quarter.
Let a Nordling.
Another guardian. Later Elorn, Lisa Elorn, later dear. It's reacting to my spell.
Sério mesmo? Nunca imaginaria isso. Não vou nem chegar perto, mulher. Você tá louco? Na porta. Vamos responder esse negócio de novo, né? Salvar então.
A group of travelers wandering through the dark. 3 guides above them, so 3 were marked. At night they trailed a drake serpentine and a silver lady shining and fine. If only her visage she would deign to unfold. By day they followed a mountain vault, its riches untold.
Did I hear someone complain about the riddles being too easy?
Let's think this through. There are 9 alcoves, a fresco in each. That's 3 groups of 3 frescoes.
The riddle mentions 3 guides above the travelers. We must examine the frescoes,
Ei,
seek
Colossus,
answers
boa
there.
noite, seja bem-vindo à live.
I'll advise you
Como é
about
que
the
tá meu
riddle, but
áudio
I
aí,
will
cara? Eu
not
tô
take
achando que
part
tem
in
alguma coisa
disarming the
errada.
device. I've got a bad feeling about this.
Caraca. Tá podendo, hein? Resolva o enigma e coloque os 2 companheiros nos discos corretos. Isso é um disco? Não, tranquilo. Ah, vou botar nada não. Deixa eu responder essa parada de novo.
A group of travelers wandering through the dark. 3 guides above them, so 3 were marked. At night they trailed a drake serpentine and a silver lady shining and fine. If only her visage she would deign to unfold. By day they followed a mountain vault, its riches untold.
What do you think of the first verse?
I would say it describes a serpentine dragon swallowing its own tail, which represents infinity and thus time. The hourglass likewise symbolizes time. In this case, the time of the traveler's journey.
I believe it's the dragon constellation. It would be visible at night. What's more, sources on alchemy invariably portray dragons as winged, and as an accomplished alchemist, Gehenna would also be a competent astrologer. The verse must refer to the constellation.
In alchemy, the winged serpentine dragon represents prime matter, an essential component in the process of alchemical transformation. The verse seems to indicate the allegory illustrating that transformation.
Caraca.
What do you think of the first verse? Everything seems to suggest the allegory of alchemical transformation.
I shall take that one.
What do you think of the second verse?
To my mind, it speaks of the white rose, symbol of the Order of the Flaming Rose. You see, the fresco itself resembles a coat of arms, and in heraldry silver is rendered as white. So the Silver Lady and White Rose are one and the same.
I think it describes the full moon. In alchemy, the moon represents both silver as a metal and the feminine element.
The order remains largely unknown in the south, so the White Rose seems unlikely. Every Nilfgaardian, on the other hand, has heard of the Imperial Nausicaa Brigade, which has the Death's Head as its symbol. The brigade's name is female, and they say death follows the unit. So the Silver Lady could very well be Nausicaa or the Death's Head.
It's the skull, or at least it should be.
Allow me.
What do you say to the third verse?
It describes the precipice, the ravine amidst mountains. An ancient rule in alchemy states, as above, so below.
We must read the third line literally.
The verse is...
Ah, eu vou chutar qualquer coisa aqui, um abismo.
It's gotta be the ravine. I'll stand next to that fresco. Let's see if we can solve this. Take your places.
Count me out. I want to live.
As you will.
Cada vai tomar dano aqui. Fui pro errado, mas eu... Ah, vou ficar enfrentando bichinhos? Ah, tá de
Let's
boa.
try another combination.
Se for enfrentar só o bichinho, tá bom demais. Não vem aquele primeiro lá que a gente morreu.
A group of travelers wandering through the dark. 3 guides above them, so 3 were marked. At night they trailed a drake serpentine and a silver lady shining and fine. If only her visage she would deign to unfold. By day they followed a mountain vault, its riches untold.
primeiro verso. Vamos
What do you
analisar.
think of the first verse?
I would say it describes a serpentine dragon swallowing its own tail, which represents infinity and thus time. The hourglass likewise symbolizes time. In this case, the time of the traveler's journey.
I believe it's the dragon constellation. It would be visible at night. What's more, sources on alchemy invariably portray dragons as winged, and as an accomplished alchemist, Gehenna would also be a competent astrologer. The verse must refer to the constellation.
In alchemy, the winged serpentine dragon represents prime matter, an essential component in the process of alchemical transformation. The verse seems to indicate the allegory illustrating that transformation.
De constelação.
It should be the dragon constellation.
I shall take that one.
What do you think of the second verse?
To my mind, it speaks of the white rose, symbol of the Order of the Flaming Rose. You see, the fresco itself resembles a coat of arms, and in heraldry silver is rendered as white. So the Silver Lady and White Rose are one and the same.
I think it describes the full moon. In alchemy, the moon represents both silver as a metal and the feminine element.
The order remains largely unknown in the south, so the White Rose seems unlikely. Every Nilfgaardian, on the other hand, has heard of the Imperial Nausicaa Brigade, which has the Death's Head as its symbol. The brigade's name is female, and they say death follows the unit. So the Silver Lady could very well be Nausicaa or the Death's Head.
What do you think of the second verse?
To my mind, it speaks of the white rose, symbol of the Order of the Flaming Rose. You see, the fresco itself resembles a coat of arms, and in heraldry silver is rendered as white. So the Silver Lady and White Rose are one and the same.
I think it describes the full moon. In alchemy, the moon represents both silver as a metal and the feminine element.
The order remains largely unknown in the south, so the White Rose seems unlikely. Every Nilfgaardian, on the other hand, has heard of the Imperial Nausicaa Brigade, which has the Death's Head as its symbol. The brigade's name is female, and they say death follows the unit. So the Silver Lady could very well be Nausicaa or the Death's Head.
Deixa eu ver uma coisa aqui.
I think it's the full moon.
Allow me.
Já tá no último boss, é um monstro, viu?
What do you say to the third verse?
It describes the precipice, the ravine amidst mountains. An ancient rule in alchemy states, as above, so below. The vault is the ravine into which the riches of the mountain flow.
We must read the third line literally. To me, it suggests the Mahakam Mountains and its mines, from which dwarves and gnomes extract many ores that are invaluable to alchemists. Those mountains are a vault in and of themselves.
The verse is not literal. In many legends, towers are in fact vaults, which the hero must penetrate in order to rescue an imprisoned princess or find a long-concealed magic item. The mountain vault is the tower.
The verse describes the tower, I'm sure. I'll stand next to that fresco. Let's see if we can take your place.
Count me out. I will.
As you will. We must try another combination.
Ai, caramba. Como é que chama isso aqui? Tá, vamos lá.
A group of travelers wandering through the dark. 3 guides above them, so 3 were...
It should...
I shall take...
I think it's the full moon.
Allow me.
The mine entrance in the mountainside. That seems logical. I'll stand next to that fresco. Let's see if we can take your place.
Count me out.
As you will. We must try another combination.
A group of...
I shall...
Allow me.
The mine entrance in the mountainside. I'll stand next to that.
A group of...
I shall...
Allow me.
The mine... Let's take it.
Count me.
Intruder detected.
No!
Oops.
Our expedition has grown thin. Such a shame. I actually found those two amusing.
Shut up.
Of course, my lady. I expected a greater challenge. Thus far, we've had but riddles fit for beer enthusiasts.
A golem. So Darehenna's legend is true.
It is no more than an obedient machine created to follow orders and kill. Not unlike our Witcher.
So I guess we should get along famously.
You? What do you know about golems?
I don't run into them in every forest, but any good bestiary describes golems at length, and I've read more than my share of those.
Geralt, I'm not questioning your knowledge, but I should be the one to...
Actually, you are questioning my knowledge. Listen, I know what I'm doing. I'll try to get it to reveal the word that'll deactivate it, or I'll just mess with its head. Break the code.
So now we've got a burglar in our midst. Be my guest. Try.
My intentions are good.
As are mine. Know, however, that this may change.
Darehenna must have been pretty lonely if he gave you eloquence.
The Master made me a guardian. Nothing less, nothing more. And you, provided you stand there, are a guest.
Vamos lá, deixa eu ver aqui.
Powerful magic created you. Darehenna was a true master.
He is still, since his mastery survives.
As a conscious being, you must be lonely here.
You are wrong. The pain of the world, melancholy, lies within the domain of emotions and feelings. My thoughts are governed by pure logic, restricted by my program.
But you can learn. They say that a penchant for philosophy can only come from curiosity.
In my case, it comes from the will of the Master, who liked to speak with me.
And do you feel a need to discuss?
I feel nothing. I just have that need.
Can we discuss the program that controls your behavior?
Of course not.
I have other questions. So you're aware you're an automaton?
Do we really know who we are, where we came from, and where we are headed? Is human life predictable in that the cycle of birth and death ensnares it, better than mine? When a human is born, he is obedient to his parents. Later, he listens to tutors, masters, corporals. Finally, he succumbs to the will of death.
And to think that Adalbert questioned Derhena's mastery. You're far more self-aware than a typical golem. Can you make sovereign decisions?
The Master made me the way I am, because long discussions were to his liking. I can make decisions, within my program, of course.
So you decide who's a guest and who's an intruder?
Who else would? Guests chat innocuously, exerting no pressure. All others are intruders.
Who, if anyone, is allowed to pass?
Derhena, but he is dead. Also guests may pass, but I stop intruders.
Tell me more. Who's a guest and who's an intruder?
Is it not obvious? A guest keeps his distance, or knows the name word. An intruder is anyone who enters too far, attacks me, or otherwise interferes with my being.
Has anyone tried to enter before?
I recall no intruders. I do, however, remember guests who left after being warned.
When was that? What did you discuss?
I am a machine. My memory is limited.
I have other questions. Powerful magic created you. Derhena was a true master.
He is still, since his mastery survives.
I have other... Did your creator give you a name?
I'm called obedience and unyielding persistence. I am a guardian and the humblest of servants.
A golem's name is the word that gave it life, and that can take it away. You must have a name.
I own nothing. Everything belongs to my master. How could I divulge the name if I exist solely to protect my creator's property?
So you're aware you're an automaton?
Do we really know? When a human is...
And to think that Adalbert questioned Derhena's mastery. I have... Do you
Of course. I abide by his will, by his power.
Derhena is dead.
His word, which animates me, lives on. as does his legacy, which I protect. Empires will rise and fall, rivers will shift their courses, but I will remain obedient to one master on my eternal watch.
You're not an automaton. You're self-aware, and you think you can make decisions.
You're wrong. I am eloquent and can discern between guests and intruders. I can also deal with the latter. But everything I say and do is limited by my restrictive program. By the way, as an automaton, I am immune to all charms. Stop the intruders.
Ah, não, pera aí, eu vou voltar, porque eu quero ver essa brincadeira sem precisar batalhar. Travou.
A golem?
It is cute.
I don't
Geralt.
actually.
So now we've got a...
My and
As of
their hand up.
the mark and ye,
So you're aware you're an automaton.
do we really know is human? When a human is
And to think that Adalbert questioned Derhenna's mastery. Who, if any...
Derhenna, but he is dead. Also guests may...
Tell me more. Who's a guest and who...
Is it not obvious? A guest keeps his distance.
Has anyone...
I recall no intruders.
When was that?
I am a machine.
You're far more self-aware.
The master made me the way.
So you decide who's a guest and who...
Who else would?
I have other... Do you remember...
Of course. I abide by
Derhenna is...
his word. With empires will rise.
Ah, velho. Eu não vi isso ali.
Derhenna must have been an exceptional man.
I guard everything that belonged to the master.
I have... Did your creator give you
I'm called.
a golem?
I own.
Powerful?
He is.
As a conscious being, you must...
You are wrong.
But you can...
In my case,
And do you feel a need to...
I feel.
Can we discuss...
Of course.
Can I ask you for the...
Do that, and I shall consider you an intruder.
I have other... All right. I think I know how to get past this thing without a fight.
Burglar witchers, philosopher golems, an expedition replete with fascinating discoveries.
And terrible disappointments. Shut up, Adalbert. And you, Witcher, deal with that golem.
Your master is long dead, and you're more than a mere golem. We'll search Derhenna's notes, find a way to free you from your service, and expand your consciousness.
I desire no freedom, just as I do. Stop the.
Era outra, caralho. Passei. Tá, vamos lá, vamos de novo. Agora dá certo.
A golem.
It is huge.
I don't
Ger
act
So,
my
As of
Derhanam.
them, and
So you're a
do you really know is when
and to think that who
there
tell me
is it not
has that
are
when what
I
you're
them
so
who
I have other so you
do you is when
and to I have a do you
of I am
Derhana is
his
Derhana
I got
can I
do that
I have did you
I'm called
a golem
I own
powerful
he is
as a
you are right
but you
and my
and do you feel a need to
I
can we
of
I have a all right
burglar and
and
we know you exist by the will of your master thanks to the name word he gave you
that is true.
Puta que pariu.
so far I'm a guest and you were created to greet guests as a guest I command you to tell me your true name
In making that request, you took hostile action against my mission and ceased to be a guest. Stop the intruders.
Ah, velho. Eu quero sair daqui sem brigar.
a god.
it is
Ah, é tudo de novo.
huge.
I don't
Geralt.
act
So,
my
As
there
the mark and
so you're aware
Exatamente.
is when
and to
Quem está autorizado?
tell
is it
Alguém já tentou?
I
Tá,
so
who
pronto.
I have
Aí quem criou?
do Derhana
his
Vamos falar
Derhana
sobre.
must
I
Posso
can I
perguntar?
do that.
Aqui pula.
I have
Você tem o
Did
nome?
a golem
I own
Você é uma obra-prima.
powerful
Você. Posso perguntar
Of
o programa?
you
Autoconsciente.
are
but you
and my
and do you feel
I feel now
Outras
have-
perguntas.
all right
Berg and
And
we know
that is true.
you were created to discern intruders from guests you are to stop the former and greet the latter
Intruders must be stopped.
Ah, fodeu, todos os dois aqui.
Are you aware that intruders may seek to deceive you?
I have stone fists to defend myself against those armed with swords. I have my iron logic
3 vezes?
to defend
Como assim,
against those
Wicamos?
armed with words.
But intruders could include sorcerers who alter reality. They could be illusionists or mere liars. What then is certain?
My existence is certain,
O que é
as is my
Wicamos?
master's will.
Ah.
Since only you and the Master's legacy exist for certain, everything else is doubtful. A malicious intruder could cloud your senses.
I am the Guardian. The Master prepared me for that.
He couldn't foresee everything, so he gave you a mind to compensate. You're much more conscious and intelligent than a Guardian needs to be. Your Master says, greet guests and stop intruders. That is certain, but everything else can be a lie. And you cannot allow yourself to attack guests. That would be against your Master's will.
Guests must be greeted, and intruders must be stopped. This is Dehenna's will. Are you a guest or an intruder?
Doesn't matter what I answer. Your senses deceive you. You can trust only your mind. You can't assume I'm a guest, because I may be an intruder. You can't assume I'm an intruder, because I may be a guest.
This is a contradiction, a paradox. The law of excluded middle.
We've done it. Penetrated Dehenna's laboratory.
Let's have a look. This is better than I'd hoped.
A great success for Nilfgaard, this mission.
Maybe you'll get that promotion.
There are those notes about the city's history. Dehenna describes finding an important document about the Vans. Dehenna's notes from a trip he took to Zeracania.
Can you feel that?
My medallion's vibrating.
Another masking illusion. I'll try to disperse it. Later,
Natural
Elorn.
bacteria
Lisa
structures.
Elorn. Later, dear.
Como é que foi, Icarus? Ah. Não, mas o que é o Wicamos?
The device. What is it?
You've done your
Significa
job.
isso?
You'll be paid, and
Paid like the scholars were? They died once they were no longer useful.
they were never useful, but Cynthia insisted. Fortunately, they were so kind as to remove themselves without my help.
I'm not about to be that kind.
Adelbert, you know what you're to look for.
Yes, ma'am.
It's a prototype megascope. I didn't know it had survived.
What's it do?
The artifact detects an emotional bond with a person. Its user need only focus on that person and the device will establish a connection.
Great tool for a spy.
Yes.
Time you fulfilled your end of the bargain. What do you know about my past?
You were a rider of the Wild Hunt. I read the reports.
Don't the Nilfgaardians have anything better to do than write reports about witchers?
Not about witches. About you. You are the sole person to have been a member of the host. And survived.
Huh. Mais alguma coisa?
Anything else? Any detail you can give me would be useful.
Don't trust Letho.
You think I trust the people I hunt?
He's your foe today. But he wasn't always.
O que você sabe sobre ele?
How do you know I knew Letho?
I've read...
The reports, I know. Why are you warning me about him?
because I like you.
Huh?
Is there anything to prove I was part of the Wild Hunt?
Nothing. Apart from the fact that Nilfgaardian intelligence agents are drawn and quartered for lying in their reports.
An enlightened nation indeed.
You haven't the faintest notion how many people are interested in you. Very important people.
Just because I survived?
You're a former rider of the hunt, and you live. You may be the key to solving the mystery of the retinue, and they all know that. You must watch out for yourself.
Ok.
Let's say you've satisfied my curiosity.
Well then, consider me glad to have satisfied a witcher, whatever the way.
I'd like to try out the device.
You realize that can only end badly.
Cut in again and I'll put you in my report. You may use it, but just once.
Giving state secrets away to a Nordling. Will you mention that in your report?
You're sure to be named a commander one day, Adalbert. But until that happens, be a good boy and do your job.
Article 22 of the Code is clear. Suspicion of treason is sufficient grounds to strip a commander of power. Article 1 of my personal code is equally clear. Traitors must be subjected to the most painful death possible.
Multiplication. Second year at the academy, all mages learn it.
I didn't expect you to take my side.
Well, now choose one person you wish to contact. After that, the artifact's mine.
Is there anything to prove I was part of the Wild Hunt?
Nothing. Apart from the fact that Nilfgaardian intelligence agents are drawn and quartered for lying in their reports.
An enlightened nation indeed.
You haven't the faintest notion how many people are interested in you. Very important people.
Just because I survived?
You're a former rider of the hunt, and you live. And they all know that.
Let's...
Well then.
Will we meet again?
I wouldn't mind at all. Look for me at the inn.
Nilfgaardian agents get quartered for lying in reports. What does the Empire do to agents who kill their colleagues?
Nothing. As long as no one finds out.
I'd appreciate it if you didn't eavesdrop while I eavesdropped.
I shan't trouble you. I've a lot of work to do here.
Eu tenho que saber onde é que tá Triss, né?
Your fate is in your hands, sorceress.
My fate? You haven't asked a single question about me.
Yet it is all up to you. Your situation is a comfortable one. Do not squander your chance. So, wish to tell me anything?
I'm a sorceress, an advisor to the King of Temeria. Ah!
I believe we agreed you would speak only of things I do not know about.
I hope you learned something useful.
I'm just sorry I can't use the artifact a few more times.
Its power has been depleted.
I understand. Thanks anyway.
Tá, e aí? Quer dizer que acabou. Foi mal. Encontre todas as partes das memórias da Rina. Tá aqui isso?
operation procedure manual.
Que legal. Que belo momento para travar. Porra, travou legal, hein? Sério mesmo que eu vou ter que desligar o jogo. Será que salvou, hein? Tá, vou fechar. É o jeito, pô. Fazer o quê? Ai, ai. Tá. Demora, velho. Eu não acredito. É. Menos mal.
Their animals melt from a mutation. procedure manual.
É o jeito. Pronto, agora foi. O que é isso? O que é isso de Uipá, cara? Eu tô tentando entender.
Oh, it's a lovely day today. Welcome.
Quando você fala Uipá, eu entendo que alguma coisa reseta. A minha é a 1629. Mais um, mais 2, mais 1 magia, mais 3. Isso aqui é melhor, hein? Calças mais 2. Mais 14. Não tá tão bom assim, não. Caramba, velho. Deve dar tilt, fica tiltado mesmo. 25 gente morrendo. Caralho. Eu não queria estar no na pé, caralho, 50, 70. Caramba. E é quanto tempo para conseguir tentar de novo? Vocês levam para voltar a fazer?
So, are you a sorceress now?
It's not that simple. A pass is simply not enough. but Philippa Eilhart summoned me here for an important exam, so I hope to be one soon.
An exam?
A secret one. I'm not even sure how to prepare. I'm cramming intensely, everything bit by bit, just to be sure.
Good luck. Still willing to sell me potions and herbs?
I'm a student, aren't I? Every little copper counts.
I'm collecting information.
The Wild Hunt?
Crawford.
That, at least, is...
Armadura mais 14, armadura mais 18. Essa aqui dá mais 18, dá um monte de 10, 22, 22. E essa aqui dá incineração segura e vitalidade mais 40. Não precisa de carga máxima.
Yes? They insist on
anything can
that last
making her.
I'm not
just think. I guess you're here.
They wouldn't. The mages drone on about their coven of advice. Perhaps Hensel protest.
Hensel can't.
Who's
terrible crime?
Dandelion.
How are things?
You're either very unobservant. I thought I'd meet some of my...
Mages aren't no...
You're telling... They've all forgotten.
I'd like to...
Sure.
Anything?
I'd have all... This night,
Well, I'd like to acquire...
in the chasms beneath Loch Muin, there is
And nobody's gone to...
there are mages who seek it still. Come back for a game sometime.
And the bat, the owl, and the rat.
Mentira, que ainda tem que fazer. Ah, velho. Ainda tem coisas pra fazer aqui, velho. Puta que me pariu.
Likewise, the frog.
Vamos lá, né? Capítulo 3. Mais difícil que dente de galinha. Um dos fragmentos do diário da Rina encontrado por Geralt menciona um grimório escrito pelo feiticeiro. Esse livro provavelmente é muito valioso. Sem dúvida, bem que Cintia também tinha ideia. Também provou ser astuta. Nilfgaardianos. Encontre o poderoso Numa e aceite seu desafio.
How are you?
I'm Geralt.
Brass of Banard. I remember you from Thanedd. I believe I saw...
Seems we only ever meet on Elvenland.
Indeed. But I suspect...
On the contrary, I find Elven ruins interesting.
Do you really? Elven works are not half as interesting as gnomish ones.
But even ruined, Loch Muin is impressive. It must have been beautiful in the times of the First Conclave.
Everything was better before the war, as they say. The sources, those children that old Geoffrey Monk brought here to train in the magic arts, must have walked around gaping at all they saw.
Somehow I just can't imagine Hen Gedimdeath as a small gawking boy.
You met him? Ah, right, on Thanedd. His death was a terrible loss. Terrible. You see, Geralt, everyone complains about how the world is taking a turn for the worse.
Values are being compromised. The small is dislodging the great.
Exactly. But the events on Thanedd truly marked the end of an era. The world grew up, losing its virginity in a rape.
What use are masters of magic and legendary heroes to a grown-up world?
They're of no use. That's the point. Today, people manage perfectly well without mages, witches, and heroes.
Yet not everyone understands that, and not everyone likes it.
You're so clever, you'll get in trouble. We'd best change the subject.
Actually, I'm here because of your...
I know it.
You're the best swordsmith.
I'm more interested in the...
I'm going to need a solid...
I guess the circumstance...
I found a manuscript that might help.
Interesting. This volume is sealed by ancient magic.
Only highly valuable things get that kind of protection.
Too true.
Do you know how to unlock it?
I'd need ingredients that can be obtained from certain monsters. Unfortunately, they don't occur around here. I'll need the pheromones of a Queen Endriga, the blood of a Necker warrior, and the brain of a Bulvor. We can substitute the tongue of a rot fiend for the harpy's egg.
Quite a list. I'll see what I can find.
Eu tenho tudo, pô.
Tell me what you know about those gargoyles that are bothering you.
They were servants of the mages who once lived in Loch Muin. The mages left, but the gargoyles remained behind. They're still lethal. The quarters they guard are simply inaccessible.
I have the ingredients you mentioned.
Unbelievable. Give them to me. We must get the proportions right.
Oi.
Done. Let's see what's in the manuscript.
Devolveram não.
By the gods.
What did you find?
Instructions. A description of how to forge the legendary sword known as Cairn. The sword will be yours. You deserve it, Witcher.
Tá.
I will consider forging
Deixa em
it
cima
an
da mesa
honor.
lá.
Thanks. So long.
É. Oi. Tá. Fale com Cintia, encontre o poderoso Numa. Deixa eu ver isso. Se bem que ainda tem o contrato dos carros, né?
Greetings, Hansa.
Eu tô aqui, seria pra cá. Ah, de buenas ainda.
Freak!
Poderoso Numa.
You lose something.
Are you the mighty Numa?
Who's asking?
Someone who wants to see if your nickname suits you.
Then come to the circus and watch me rip off the ploughing chains wrapped round my body.
You've got a big mouth.
And you've pissed off the mighty Numa. Put down your coin and give me your hand.
I've always been the curious sort.
Porra.
They say witches are tough, but you...
Scaling.
And you believe that stink...
It's you I don't. Fact is, you could only get that kind of strength from potions.
Fuck you!
I was clean during our bout. You're a con. They should call you...
One more word and I'll shut...
Eu acho que não tem como eu ganhar, né? Eu vou tentar aqui de novo, mas eu acho que não tem como eu ganhar, porque ela só tende pra trás, velho. Ela não vai pra frente.
You lose.
Are you the... Someone...
And
You've got...
And you...
I've always been the curious...
Caralho, velho.
They say witches are tough.
Impossível desse jeito. Vou fazer o seguinte, eu vou apostar só os 100 e eu vou tentar de novo. Pra perder menos, né? Vamos perder menos.
You lose.
Are you the mighty new...
Eh?
I've always been the curious sort.
Postava só os 100. Impossível, velho.
They say witches are tough, but you, in the
Scale and Burden told me...
And you believe that stinking me?
It's you I don't believe. Fact is, you could only get that kind of strength from potions.
Fuck you! You're as loaded with potions as squirrel shit is with nuts!
I was clean during our bout. You're a con. They should call you Numa the Cheater.
One more word and I'll shove your tongue so deep down your throat it'll come out your arsehole.
Here's what you deserve, bitch.
Eu levei essa.
Let go! Enough! I won't cheat, I promise!
Ah, garoto. Pera aí.
You lose something.
I'm looking to...
You can only lose them with the might.
You a thief?
I don't have to steal. I kick everyone's ass.
I've always been the curious.
Ah, doutor, agora vai. Peguei minha alma de volta.
My little ace ticks. No one's ever beaten me.
There's always a first time.
If I give you something, will you keep this to yourself? The circus finds out I lost, they'll can me. The mighty Numa must be invincible. Take this and keep your trap shut. Please.
All right. Thanks. Let me guess.
Behold, the mighty Numa, and I am his...
Way to spoil...
The mighty Numa breaks the neck... His secret life...
Tá. Não tem dizendo tipo o lugar. Tem que descobrir.
Take that.
Your Majesty.
I've waited long for this meeting. You left Redania so suddenly I had no chance to give you the send-off you so richly deserved.
Your Majesty, I fail to understand why I have been arrested. I've done nothing but serve Redania's interests, supporting the rebellion, undermining Henselt, risking my own reputation on your behalf.
I'm no longer the little boy who believed your every word.
Why do you do this, Radovid? I was there at your most trying hours. Without me, you would not be the man you are. I don't understand.
You understand very well.
You conspired against my father Vizimir, and against me. The entire Redanian court once trembled in fear of Philippa Eilhart.
Untrue, sire. You must let me explain. What are your charges, Your Majesty?
Ambassador.
Triss Marigold was kind enough to compile a list of persons making up the secret society known as the Lodge of Sorceresses. Some Nilfgaardian sorceresses were members as well, but you need not be bothered with them, my lady.
Triss, you're mad!
The Lodge ordered Demoven killed. It ordered Foltest killed. I suspect you played a part in my father's death. And if I released you from the Dimeritium, you'd kill me too. You're finished, Eilhart. There will be a trial, due process, everything as it should be. But know that you shall not wriggle out of this. You shall be convicted of conspiracy, treason, and regicide. They'll rip your flesh from you in bits before they burn you at the stake. Throughout my childhood, I felt your cold stare on the back of my neck. When I issued orders, my subjects would search with their eyes for Philippa Eilhart's gesture of consent. The entire court at Tretogor looked on as you humiliated me. All Redania laughed behind my back.
You taught me to look everyone in the eye. Force them to lower their gaze, do you remember? A king must never show weakness. Uncertainty, you said. I've mastered that skill.
Caralho.
Yet there is one I could never force to submit. You. You've one chance to shorten your suffering. Admit to everything, here and now in the ambassador's presence. Look me in the eye and repent. Submit. As you wish. Torturer, put out those vile eyes.
You're making a grave error, sire.
We will talk again, witch.
The Philippa Eilhart problem has been resolved. We must return to camp.
Wait here, Excellency. We'll scout ahead.
Long live the Emperor!
Assim como foi Colosso. Ah, tá. Entendi. Tilted total. Eu tinha matado.
You're not easy to find.
Look what they did to me. Radovid. To think I taught him magic tricks when he was just a boy. Free me, Geralt. I have to get out of here. Do you hear me? Help me!
You'll answer a few questions first. Was Schiller telling the truth about the Lodge, the assassinations?
He said exactly what Radovid wanted to hear. Half-truths, musings stripped of context, which differ very little from lies.
Did Triss take part in all this?
She's clean in those terms. Innocent as a child, but only to a point. I assure you, she has not been honest with you about many other matters.
Why did all this happen? Murdering monarchs, what interests did it serve? I can't fathom.
Help me get out of here and I'll explain all and lift the spell from Saskia. Take these shackles off me and lead me to my house. I beg you. I'll tell you everything. Everything.
How does the spell work?
Saskia's will and mine are one. She cannot resist me. But fear not. There's no suffering involved. She merely believes me to be the most wonderful person in the world. As if she were in love. You know what's most beautiful? In spite of all this, she seems unchanged. She's retained her charm, her valor, her honor.
Huh.
I didn't track you alone. Yorvith can't wait to see you again.
My death would change little. Yorvith and all like him have no right to judge others.
Where's Saskia?
When I was arrested, she was with Sheila. They must be on their way to the deliberations by now.
Clock's ticking. Time is of the essence.
Why do you do this? Would you take vengeance on a blind woman?
Shillard said they've got Triss. I have to free her before they put out her eyes too.
Going to the Nilfgaardian camp is suicide.
And leaving a friend is villainy.
Only I know how to break the spell that holds Saskia. Get me out of here. If I die, she'll remain forever spellbound.
All right, but if you're lying to me...
Unbind me and lead the way. We must return through the sewers.
The shackles stay on, and you'll go first.
Shillard will raise the alarm.
No, he won't. We'll be long gone by the time he comes to.
Kill him.
I'm not into murdering unconscious old men. Lead on. No tricks, Phil.
I want to get out of here, and I want to live.
I believe that. Can you walk? Sure you won't faint on me?
I'll manage. Will you remove my shackles?
The manacles stay on.
Ué. Eu vou levá-la por onde e pra onde? Eu vou ter que ir lá pra baixo mesmo.
That gun came. Who did this to her?
It was Radovid's way of thanking her for the care she provided him when he was a child.
I saw him with his army on his way to the talks, whistling a tune.
Get me out of here!
Shut up, witch! You're alive only because you're still needed.
Philip has promised to help us in exchange for her freedom.
And you believe her?
Know a better way to free Saskia? What state is Saskia in now?
I've ordered her to carry out Sheila's bidding until I return.
Great. And Sheila will be at the talks?
Yes. She's probably there already, making certain the Lodge's plans do not fall through.
What's Sheila supposed to safeguard?
The restitution of the Council and Conclave, and the creation of a strong, independent state with Saskia as its leader.
With what aim?
As a bulwark. A defense against Nilfgaard. After years of chaos and destruction, the time has come to build. We wish to rule, yes. Where is the fault in that? Everyone wants to rule. And I know how to do that. Better than any other monarch in this city.
You can't hope to win the common folk's trust. Humans will never accept a sorceress queen.
Non-humans won't either, given what that old hag Finderbear has achieved.
They all believe in Saskia. They all trust her. The girl is a born leader, yet she has no political instincts. She's charismatic but not cunning. Courageous but not fierce. She is just but lacks the required cruelty.
She is your very opposite.
Perhaps. Together we would be unstoppable.
Did you order Foltest murdered?
No!
Shillard claimed that Triss testified.
Triss doesn't know what she's talking about. The Lodge exists, and Triss has lost our trust. All that is true. But Foltest's assassination? That was not my order.
How do we free Saskia?
I have charmed a dagger with a counterspell. You must thrust it into the she-dragon's heart.
You mean your heart, witch? Do you mock us?
There is no other way. She must be struck with surgical precision. Otherwise the counterspell won't work. All the blade's runes must touch blood, and its point must pierce a chamber of her heart.
We'll need to hold her down somehow.
Hold down a dragon? This is ridiculous. She's lying, Geralt. I don't trust her. Why would she even need this dagger? In a minute we'll hear that she planned to free Saskia herself.
Any time you cast a spell or a curse, you must have a counterspell at the ready. It's a basic rule of magic. I prepared the dagger just before I cast the spell, in case anything went awry.
A basic rule, but I don't know many mages who follow it. Where's the dagger?
My quarters. In Geoffrey Monk's former home, inside a well-secured chest.
I know the house.
Used me too.
What would you have done if Saskia hadn't been poisoned? If a certain foolish witcher hadn't gathered the potion ingredients?
I would have sought other means, but I couldn't miss that opportunity.
Yorvith, know any way to get to Philippa's quarters unnoticed?
Through this sewer. We may encounter monsters, but we'll gain a lot of time.
Keep an eye on her. I'll go ahead.
There's something in there. I avoided this place earlier.
Knowing you, it's probably a damn
How many more can there be?
What guarantee do I have that you'll set me free?
None.
If your dagger fails to work, or Saskia perishes from the blow, you'll be next. But be assured, not be a quick death.
You dream of that, don't you?
This place looks just like the last.
Same stench, too. Wait here.
I can't keep up this pace.
The sooner you give us the dagger, the sooner you can lick your wounds, bitch.
Pain-killing spells require focus and precision. I cannot manage one now.
Die from the pet.
Geralt, you'd best check the room before we enter. I don't like this.
Neither do I.
E aí, Cusca?
Wonder how many more will turn up.
Tá bem tranquilo aqui, cara. Tô me enganchando porque às vezes eu não tô sabendo por que tem que ir, mas tá de buenas.
Unshackle me. Remove the dimeritium. I can help you.
Shut up!
Ah, velho, a história tá boa, viu? A história é muito boa. Tem todo um entrelaço de
Is this the chest?
Describe it.
It's heavy, covered in runes. There's a circle and candles on the floor.
Yes, the very chest in which Geoffrey Monk kept his most valuable treasures. The daggers inside.
How do we bloody open it?
The candles must be lit in a specific order. I figured it out. My notes are downstairs. After that, a simple spell will suffice. Remove my shackles.
Geralt, do you know this ritual?
Only a mage can perform it.
Shut up!
I need to look at the notes first. After I light the candles, we'll remove the dimeritium, and you'll open the chest.
Vamos lá. Vou salvar aqui e vou encerrar, cara, a live, porque tá tarde, amanhã eu acordo cedo, trabalho. E é sexta-feira, né? De repente amanhã dá certo eu jogar um pouco mais de tempo. Bom, deixa eu ir lá. Colosso, valeu, obrigado, cara. Boa noite aí, boa raid amanhã. Sei que você vai estar jogando raid de novo amanhã. E a gente se vê aí, beleza? Valeu, falou, até mais.